India's business landscape is changing due to women leaders acting as exemplars for change. Let's take a closer look at the women who are making our nation proud nationally and globally. Presenting an episode showcase of the recently concluded The Economic Times and Femina presents Promising Women Leaders of India 2022.
Well, there is no limit to what we as women can achieve, said Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of the United States. The women play a pivotal role in the success of any society and culture. Without the upliftment of women, there is no society that can actually prosper. Well, from doing office jobs to taking responsibility of household work to doing so selflessly, women are the backbone of our society.
Here are the highlights of the day.
What's the wait for? Let's now get rolling with our keynote address for the day that will focus on the new markets, new powers. Future generation sets the rules.
Thank you, ET Femina, for inviting me to speak at this event. It's a great honor to share my vision with everyone at this forum, where I see a bunch of inspired minds ready to challenge status quo by setting new benchmarks. But as the old saying goes, had it been easy, everyone would have had it. And it's absolutely correct, because reaching great heights is always similar, yet unique story of valor, vision, and victory. The internet and the changing business landscape has been a boon for new entrants in every industry. Traditional ways of doing business aren't essential going forward. However, agility is the need of the hour to seize the opportunities that exist today. We are still at the beginning of this revolution as businesses, multinational or local, are still trying to get a grasp of the consumer behavior on the online front. Innovation is a strong tool. However, it should always be relevant to the consumer. These are dynamic times, and taking the right action along with calculated risks will be the key differentiator. Even as marketplaces and consumer behavior have taken a massive shift over the course of decades, the one thing that has remained exactly same for millenniums to create a successful business is identification of demand, whether it's a B2B or B2C company. An outward-looking approach is critical. Strategies formulated should begin and end keeping consumers at the core. While technology is forever at our assistance, all our innovations are built on the principle of consumer centricity, and the transparency WellTrack 2.0 builds trust with our customers.
On that note, we must move on to our next session, which is the panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen, that will accentuate and discuss about the global economic prospect and the social outlook, where we are now and what is really on the cards. Well, our accomplished key speakers allow me to warmly greet on the virtual stage. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome Ms. Ashima Goyal, member RBI Monetary Policy Committee. Let's also welcome Ms. Vibha Padalkar, the MD and CEO from HDFC Life. We'll also be warmly welcoming Ms. Vishakha RM, the MD and CEO from India First Life Insurance. Well, the session innings will be moderated by Ms. Sonia Mahajan, who is the Director Financial Advisory, Deloitte, India. Sonia, if you're all set, handing it over to you.
Recently, in fact, in June 2022, the World Bank, we saw that there was the growth in the global, output was almost halved of about to 2.9% very recently. And this is really kind of, brought out tensions into all the economies, including India, which is one of the developing economies. This question is to Ashima ma'am, since she comes from the central bank. Ma'am, what is your outlook on India's growth story? And, what are the challenges that you face, as we kind of really go into the slowdown mode?
This is a difficult time, especially for emerging markets, where not only we have to deal with shocks to food, petrol, to which India is especially vulnerable, but also capital flows, outflows. We've had to face surges all through the last decade and more, either in or out, too much in or too much out, because of the US tightening. US is very high inflation. But the strange thing is that India seems to be less impacted than feared. And I have been writing, my own belief is that we have a certain size and diversity, which creates inherent resilience. So we are smoothing shocks and helping the inherent resilience of the economy to take us out of this period.
Sure.
I think in hindsight, we've done fairly well. Of course, as a percentage of GDP, it's two-pronged, wherein the base has shrunk and the numerator has increased. Base has GDP itself has shrunk versus GDP growth earlier. So that also optically has helped. But even on a standalone basis, growing anything on a CAGR basis over the past 3 years, between 15-18%, that kind of a level, I think the industry has shown commendable resilience as well as agility to be able to both connect with customers, service customers, connect with partners, and most importantly, to pay claims that were anything between 4x to 6x, the elevated claims due to COVID. And this is without a murmur. So we have done, I think, our part in terms of nation building during very, very critical juncture. And this is, again, without being too cute about it, to say, these clauses don't make it applicable to settle. We have settled within turnaround time. So as a sector, not only have we survived, but I think we've been able to support the government and the nation during times of crisis.
While, a lot of people have been giving credit to the pandemic, and I'm not taking away the role that the pandemic played in terms of increasing awareness of the need for life insurance and increasing awareness of the fact that life insurance is a product that you cannot buy when you need it. It has to be bought, before you need it so that you can use it when you need it.
True.
Very popular saying that you can't insure a building under fire. So very similarly, life insurance applies the same way to a human being, where I think that message got reinforced. I think the efforts of PMJJBY itself, which has been going on from 2015 onwards, combined with this emotional aspect of the pandemic, I think both are parameters that have played out. And then, of course, we've had aggregators who have been really pushing this product. And term policies as such have been something that have been spoken about since the privatization of life insurance. Prior to that, you never really heard about term insurance. So I think it's a combination of all of these factors which has definitely moved the needle on penetration, and it's definitely moved the needle in terms of the push product to a nudge product.
So agility and resilience for an organization is not an option, but rather a necessity that should be in place already. Company needs to be beyond the financial reporting and demonstrate how they are performing in terms of employees, society, environment, and how they are fulfilling the needs of consumers. In the new environment, disruptive leadership, responsive database solutions, and adaptability to respond quickly are the key characteristics a company needs. To take the advantage of the opportunity and to make most of the competitive challenges, organization must innovate and adapt quickly. The most important is to empower employees, embrace disruption, and being open to experimentation. These companies will be able to harness the power that the organizational offers, the agility and the resilience.
I always feel an important component of cognitive flexibility is accepting the reality of one situation. Being able to see the world and situation you are faced with in a realistic way is extremely impactful on your ability to be resilient. Although being realistic is beneficial, it needs to be balanced by optimism and sometimes a little bit of pessimism also, I would say. And you need to be self-aware, because when you are self-aware, you are able to keep yourself more accountable for your actions, because you can see yourself in a real light. Being motivated allows you to seek and strive for hard things in life. When resilience and motivation work together, you will be empowered to strive for your goal and overcome obstacles along the way. When obstacles come up, an optimist will first think, how can I overcome this, rather than why did this happen to me? And the key thing is establish a common purpose and clear communication from top to bottom and bottom to top. If the whole organization have a common purpose, then even sky is not a limit. And in the end, I would say that organizational agility and resilience are in fact the two critical sides of the same coin.
What brings me to this stage is that we have been accepting challenges every day. Teachers leaving, taking new technologies in account, the changing world, the changing philosophy of students has been challenging. And we have been dealing with different strata of economy, society. And I think that has been the biggest challenge and the biggest motivation for us to work on this line.
Starting my own firm was a big risk. I come from a non-law background that added to the risk. When we just started and the pandemic hit, we really didn't know how things were going to go. And deciding at that moment to continue with our plans to see how it goes, to approach new clients, to continue to find a team, it was, in fact, in some sense, a bigger risk, because with the nationwide lockdown and no sight on when it was going to open up, when things would be back to normal, deciding to continue was a huge risk. But our clients bet on us, and our team bet on us. And thankfully, we have been able to perform better than expectations. And it's been a good journey so far. The risks have paid off. And I hope that it will continue to be so. I hope that we will continue to be successful and do better and bigger deals in future too.
The Economic Times and Femina presents The Promising Women Leaders of India 2022, a platform for women who've broken the proverbial glass ceiling and emerged as winners in their respective domains. Here are the highlights of the day.
I believe leaders are strong path breakers who have the courage to be themselves, to do what it takes to make a difference in the world. My message to young emerging leaders is that you should overcome your fears by focusing on your goals. Don't fixate on your fears. Practice not letting small distractions or negative thoughts like, is this fair to me, come in your way. Focus on what you want to achieve. The next important aspect is to have total confidence in your ideas and keep yourself away. Keep yourself insulated from negative people who pull you down, who don't believe in the power of your dreams. Personally, I don't believe a level playing field is necessary in terms of being a condition to succeed. Certainly, we must strive for equality. All our endeavors, in fact, must depend on it. But difficulties make us a fighter. They're an essential part of life. I'm guided by the quote by Einstein, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. This mantra helped me look for silver linings, even in very tough and difficult situations.
Dated and educated about all digital forms and about organization leadership. Leaders, they have to scan internal and external environments constantly to anticipate and navigate opportunities and threats in a disruptive digital environment. They must take evidence-based decisions, making use of data and information, and execute fast, often valuing speed over perfection. In fact, agile leaders engage with others, they motivate others, and they inspire others. They have a clearly defined long-term aspiration that enables them to effectively manage short-term uncertainty. and they are also self-aware and do not become defensive when receiving feedback.
I think the biggest risk was in general opening lab-grown diamond jewelry in India 2 years ago. Was before time, also coming from a lineage of being a natural diamond jeweler. In India, there were a lot of repercussions or a lot of adversity, even from my and family jewelers, so also from my family. But to go against all of that, because I believe in technology, change, innovation, seeing a new product and wanting to offer it to my clients and consumers was the biggest motivation. But yeah, that was the biggest risk to do, to come into a market, an existing market, and disrupt it. And that also going against yourself. It was kind of cannibalization, but if you don't disrupt yourself, somebody else will. There was a time that people were very traditional, classic, set in stone. And now you have to be very flexible into all the things happening around you and be more responsive and reactive. So of course, have a plan, but the response time has to be higher. So basically, you have to be very aware. You have to be very aware and very educated. Keep educating yourself, because education sharpens the brain. And the more you do, the more the pencil does need sharpening. So that's the thing. I feel education, awareness, and when it comes to leadership style, it has to be more collaborative, like a collaborative teamwork, because it's just expansion of the degree of your awareness, right? The more people and the more involvement, it's how success is built, but also your awareness and reactivity and response time is much better. And I also always say, sometimes you can keep looking for change also, always think that there's a lot happening around you instead of thinking what you know is correct. So I say this all the time, that some people do market research to see what's working. Sometimes to be more agile, you can just do market research to see what's missing.
Today, it's my privilege to be present amongst you all, well, digitally of course, and share my experience for the ETX Femina Promising Women Leaders 2022 Coffee Table Book. We all know that women play a pivotal role in the success of any society, any culture. And we know that without the upliftment of women, no society can prosper. Women now, with their sheer grit and determination, are spearheading almost every sector of the economy, be it financial services, education, retail, healthcare, entertainment, politics, you name it. The world as a whole has become privy to women's power and has woken up to their achievements. Having said that, leadership is not only for the people at higher posts. I think leadership is where you position yourself every step of your life. Women with their eye on the future are being flexible, they're being intuitive. And I feel that is what leadership is all about. She is the main change agent. She is empowered, she is energized, she is enthusiastic, and she is here to stay. Today, we're all gathered here to celebrate such women leaders who have achieved so much despite all odds and are an inspiration for many others to follow. In fact, I recently ventured into the world of entrepreneurship, and here's a little story about my brand, So Easy. I'll keep it short, don't worry. So Easy is a homegrown brand that aims at selling easy to use and good quality press-on nails. I'm wearing So Easy. That are not only made in India, but are also designed by Indian women. A trend that I hope many new entrepreneurs would choose to follow in the future. We're soon going to be adding a lot more products under its umbrella, and we hope to empower more women in the workforce. In such similar instances, let's look at commemorating women leadership and their achievements in the ETX Femina Promising Women Leaders 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we also introduce you to our next women leader, everybody please put your hands really high up in the air and clap to welcome and applaud Aparna Purohit, the head of India Originals, Amazon Prime Video.
Hello everyone. I would like to begin by congratulating and thanking the Economic Times and Femina for institutionalizing this initiative.
Our women leader, ladies and gentlemen, please come together and give it up for Amira Shah, the promoter and managing director, Metropolis Healthcare. Congratulations.
Thanks the ET and Femina Promising Women Leaders of India.
Let's give it up for Ananya Birla, the founder of Swatantra Microfin. Many, many, many congratulations to you.
A big thank you to Economic Times and Femina for this award. It means so much to me.
We are all set to get rolling by announcing our next women leader. A leader who is leading by examples. Let's give it up for Shani Kaparia, the Executive Director, GLS University. Hearty congratulations.
Hello everyone, this is Shani Kaparia, Executive Director, GLS University. I'm truly honored to receive this award from the Economic Times and Femina.
Our next women leader, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, like really high up in the air, as we say, for Dolly Kumar, the founder and director from Cosmic Nutra Cause Solutions. Congratulations.
Thank you for bestowing me with such an honor and this special award by Economic Times and Femina for recognizing me as one of the promising women's leader of India 2022.
Our next women leader is all set to take the stage. Let's give it up for Neera Sharma, the Chief Executive Officer from Systema Smart Technologies. Hearty congratulations to you.
Today I'm feeling truly honored and privileged to be recognized as Most Promising Woman Leader 2022.
The President of Cisco India and SAARC. Let's give it up for Daisy Chitalapalli. Congratulations. Let's clap loudly, of course. You also heard her through the discussions. This is for the CEO and Joint MD of Wellspun India. You guessed this one right for sure. Dipali Goenka, hearty congratulations to you. Here's to celebrating your lovely win.
Thank you, Economic Times and Femina. I'm honored with this recognition.
Please give it up for Shruti Kanodia, the managing partner from Sagas Legal. Congratulations to you.
It is indeed a great honor and a privilege to be considered as one of the promising women leaders of India. And I thank Femina and Economic Times for this.
Let's give it up for Supriya Rathi, the promoter and whole-time director from Anand Rathi Insurance Brokers. Hearty congratulations to you.
Thank you very much to both Femina and ET for having conferred one of the most promising women leaders award for 2022.
Our next women leader, this goes to Shukti Agarwal, the chairperson, Vishwakarma Group of Schools.
I would like to thank the Economic Times and Femina for recognizing me as one of the promising women leaders of India 2022.
And ladies and gentlemen, our next women leader. Let's give it up for Vandana M. Jagwani, the creative director, Mahesh Notandas, and creator at Vandals. Hearty and mighty congratulations.
Thank you so much to Economic Times for appreciating and felicitating me.
We are so proud to announce our next women leader. Hearty congratulations to you, Ghazal Alak, the co-founder and chief innovations officer, Honasa Consumer.
Thank you so much, Economic Times and Femina, for giving me this prestigious award as a promising women leader.
Please allow us to applaud, appreciate, and acknowledge our next women leader. Ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely reserved for the CEO of YCOM 18. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome and congratulate Jyoti Deshpande. Hearty congratulations.
Please allow me to thank Economic Times and Femina for this recognition. It really means a lot.
Let us continue and applaud and say kudos to all the endeavor that our next women leader has shown, has delivered in her work. Let's give it up for Vibha Padalkar, the MD and CEO from HDFC Life.
I would like to thank Economic Times and Femina for recognizing me as one of the promising women leaders of India 2022.
Let's congratulate the CEO and co-founder of Sugar Cosmetics. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up loud for Vinita Singh. Hearty congratulations.
Very grateful to the Economic Times Group and Femina for felicitating me with the ET Femina Most Promising Women Leaders 2022 award.
And here's saying a big and a huge congratulations to all the formidable women who have been commended right just now. And with that, we come to the end of a very inspiring, a very lovable and In fact, a very exciting day as well, ladies and gentlemen. Have a happy heart set, mindset, and a soul set. Take care and stay safe.